I bought a 2019 Mercedes A-Class from the Copart with just 40,000 miles on the clock. The listing showed some damage, nothing too major, but after 20 days of no delivery, I cancelled it and I went to pick it up myself, and that's when I saw the truth. The pictures didn't show the real damage underneath. Bent parts, hidden issues, and way more than I expected. Was it a smart buy or it was a huge mistake? Well, there's only one way to find it out. For having seen the previous episode, I would recommend looking at it because there was some drama from the Copart. But we got this car here now after 20 days. So finally, but it doesn't start. And I still haven't sorted out why it doesn't start. So I think we need to put the diagnostic tool and try to reset all the faults maybe. And then maybe it's gonna start. Okay, so we got our diagnostic tool plugged in. Oh, no, 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 no. Copyrights. I'm gonna get copyrights for this. So what we can find, let's try to first read the VIN, if it's gonna read the VIN. So we got few faults. We're just gonna do a quick erase and see what comes up again. So we still got two faults on the engine control unit, which is probably gonna be a pyro fuse because I disconnect the pyro fuse and I put a metal plate between it, so it's just disconnected. So the only faults we still got active is the fuel pump was deactivated because of the crash signal, and the fuel pump was deactivated because of the crash signal. The system function is restricted. So let's see if we can actually reset this fault. So what I found on auto, that the fuel pump is disconnected because of the crash signal. I found that I can actually enable the engine start after the crash event. So I'm gonna just press that, and I'm hoping that after this the car gonna start. I think I done it. I think. So let's check if the car is actually gonna start. Yes! Yes! There we go. Oh, it's running smooth. Woo! I was actually thinking there's going to be more problems with that, but after resetting the crash sensor, the car is just running fine and it's running smooth. Now the question is it actually driving? Of course I can't test it because my wheel is just hanging around. So things first, what we need to do is we need to remove the wing, and then we need to remove the suspension because this wing is actually disturbing the car for rolling. As you've seen, it's quite, badly damaged. So we need to change the suspension, all of the arms and everything, and check if we actually have a brakes, because this wheel is just hanging around and I'm not even sure if the brakes is gonna work. Okay, so the car is actually now running, and I'm glad it's actually running because that worried me quite a lot. I think we're gonna start with removing the bumper first, because we need to remove the left side of the fender and we also need to remove the suspension. So I'm just gonna start by removing the bumper, then we're gonna go on the fender, and then we're gonna go onto the suspension, because then all the damage on the side of the fender gonna be visible. Well, as it turns out, I need to remove the wheels to remove the bumper, because there's two bolts literally in each side and I cannot access them until the wheels are on. So we need to lift the car up, remove the wheels and remove the bumper. So in the meantime, I will just dismantle the suspension in another side as well. Well, this is new. I actually never seen a brake disc split in half. So you can only imagine what kind of hit it actually had. Oh my god. So turns out I will need a brake disc, and this one feels like it was brand new. Oh well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Alright, first up we're taking off the brake caliper. A couple bolts and it's out of the way. Now onto the real problem, the suspension arm. Bent, cracked, completely useless. These things put up with a fight, but they finally off. Last step, let's free it from the shock absorber, few bolts, some rusty threads, and just like that the whole broken mess is out. I'll tell you this, one thing's clear, the suspension took a massive hit on the right side. And it shows no surprise the driver's side fender ended up in a completely mess. Well, it's not a great news, but it's not terrible as well, because you can obviously buy a parts and it doesn't cost you a leg or the arm. So we can, you know, just buy another one and that's it. Right, next thing, remove the bumper. And here we go, back to the bumper. First I need to remove the arch lining and the damaged wing. The bumper is held by 8 screws along the top, plus 2 screws on each side under the arch lining. Obviously there should be a few screws underneath too, but those snapped off in an accident. Then we disconnect the radar sensor and ta-da! The bumper is off. Well, I wanted a challenge. I have one now. Look at this. So that's why I can't press the gas pedal. All the wheel literally pushed all of the chassis inside. But again, you see this? This is a seam sealer. So we can actually uncover all the seam sealer, drill all the spot welds and replace this part. There's only one thing, we will need to remove the interior and we will need to remove the carpet as well. Oh my god. Well, I asked for this, I said I need a challenge. I have a challenge. Yeah, this is the things you won't see in a Copart when you're buying the car, because who would ever know that there was a massive hit by the wheel into a chassis and it will be that bad. Well, there's no way back now, isn't it? The car is in the garage, waited that I was waiting for that car for 20 days because I really want it. Now I got it. Now I need to fix it. Right, so this is what we are left with. So we got some damage in the chassis in this corner, we got some damage in our chassis on other side as well. The headlight, unfortunately this will need to be replaced. Bumper is not broken anywhere, just the inside of the bumper, so the grills, those grills as well. As you can see, there's a hole, there's a crack. I'm not too sure about this. We might need to push this one back in place. There is a small crack in here, but we can fix this crack and we then don't need to change the bumper. Apart that, the only place that is now damaged, well, is actually bent, is the lower crash bar. But I think we can put some weight on it and just bend it back. Or we might replace it. It all depends how much it's gonna cost. Active grills, top ones still alive, bottom ones not really. So all those parts is going straight to a bin. Well, the next step is gonna be to remove the doors and then probably gonna start working on the frame. If we're gonna receive the parts obviously on time, because it's not the easiest thing to get. I ordered the doors already and I ordered the suspension parts apart the hub, because I didn't know that we will need a hub. So I will order that now, and also we need to order the brake disc. You look at that. It doesn't look like a car anymore. Right, now onto the doors. We need to remove the doors and we also need to remove all the airbags as well, because we're gonna send the airbags to airbag services in Bolton and they're gonna repair it and reset the seat belts as well. Well, there's no time to waste. Let's go. Now I'm starting with the rear doors. They only held by 2 bolts. One at the top, one at the bottom, and of course don't forget to disconnect the electrical connector. Next up, the front doors. Yeah, I know I probably need bigger garage for this kind of work, but hey, still better than doing on the streets, right? Then we pull off the side skirts so we can actually see the full extent damage on this side. So as the door is now removed, we can actually assess all the damage. As you can see, it had a pretty bad hit on the side, and the worst part is it haven't joined anywhere on the side, so that means all of the back of the panel is just one, so it needs to be replaced as one. all around it. Well, I wasn't expecting there is gonna be that much of work, but I needed a challenge, so now I got a challenge and I can't back it up because the car is already here in my garage and I'm aiming to fix it. So what are you doing? What are you doing?
Look.
You like Daddy's broken car?
Daddy's broken.
And here it is, the full horror show of the passenger side. Trust me, it looks worse than it actually is. I promise. It's just the outer panel that's gone. And the good news, it can be replaced. So as we got the doors now removed, we can actually start removing the airbags. Because as I said before, we need to send them to the airbag services Bolton. So let's attack first the curtain airbags on this side. Then we're gonna remove the curtain airbags on other side as well. Steering wheel airbag is already removed. And we need to remove the knee airbag and also this back seat belts. This is the strangest thing I ever found on this car, that the front seat belts is not locked, but the back seat belts are locked. So I don't know, it's very strange. I just realized it's going to be much easier to remove the seats and remove the roof lining as well, because anyway we will need to remove all the side of the car. Also, I can't access properly the airbag clips. Next up, the seats, 2 bolts in the front, 2 bolts in the back. Disconnect the electrical connector. Now we move on to removing the roof lining. First we need to take off the roof handles, which are held with the clips. Same kind of setup as my 1 Series had. Not too bad, just stick a flathead screwdriver in the holes and they pop off right off. Right, so to take out roof lining I need to push this car a bit forward. And obviously I cannot push it on my own because all the back brakes are rusted and they, I don't know, seized or something. So it's time to improvise. This is the main reason why I have this. So I can actually hook up. Oh, okay. That's a bit risky. Is it gonna fall down? It should drive. Ooh! Well, it wasn't the best decision to do like that, but managed to open the back. Just a tiny bit pushing it. The problem now we have, I need to remove this C-pillar trim, but I cannot remove it because the seat belt is seized. In order to remove roof lining, I need to remove this cover on side. But to remove this cover on side, I need to remove this. So how we're gonna remove it, I have no idea, but we're gonna try our best. Turns out I didn't need to remove the bottom trim piece, but hey, do it and learn it, right? Like I said in previous videos, I'm not a mechanic, I'm just addicted to the cars and learning as I go. And trust me, this car is definitely teaching me some few new things. With the top piece off, we finally see the rear seat belts. They held with a T45 Torx bolt and 16mm nut at the bottom. 1 down, 3 to go. Same process on the other side. Once you've done one, the rest is easier. And now out comes the driver's seat. 2 T50 Torx in the front, 2 more in the back, unplug the connector and boom, it's out. Next up, the roof lining. That overhead light panel gave me a real headache and I ended up by taking the lining out with it still intact. Sun visors out, handles off, and the lining is finally ready to be pushed back. Then come to the nightmare clips for the curtain airbags. I used narrow pliers to press that taps in, bit fiddly but it worked. There's just one T30 Torx bolt left in the middle with the electrical connector and one side is done. Honestly, if you made this far, you might want to consider subscribing. You'll get to follow this build all the way through. And I'm just as curious as you are to see how it turns out. This is all new territory for me. And this is where we ended up. The car now looks like it's being stripped for parts. I just hope I will remember how to put it back together again. Fingers crossed, and hey, maybe send some help. Right, so all the interior and the roof lining is off. All the seat belts was taken out as well. Even those front seat belts wasn't locked, I still want to send them out to the airbag services Bolton to check them out. Knee airbag is off, steering wheel airbag is off. All the curtain bags was removed as well. I know what you're gonna say, this is not ideal, but I'm working in a space that is literally 5 meters by 5 meters, so I have to work it out somehow. Strange thing what I noticed as well, look at this. It's literally loose. So if that was damaged in a crash or that's a factory fail, I'm not even sure. But what I can see is when you're lifting, those spot welds become loose. So anyway, I will have to take out all the carpet to fix that corner over there. So I will need this to take it out, and then we can weld the spot welds back in a place and make it more sturdy, because now it's like, it's not ideal for 2019 car. So we got some good news that all the frame in here is not even damaged. Everything is straight inside. So the only panels that we need to change is the visible ones. But the bad news is that they are changing as one. So all the back quarter has to come out as well, because we can see there's a seam sealer in here running down in here. So we will need to take all this seam sealer out, drill it out, and replace all this side. Unfortunately, even this side, it looks good. If you're a breaker and you actually got this kind of the car on spares, I would like to come to you and cut off the parts that I actually need, because if I'm buying all quarter and the pillars, it's gonna cost me a fortune, and I'm still on the budget. So I want to get this car fixed as soon as possible, and I want to deliver all this content for you guys. Also, I'm thinking to release some kind of the merchandise. So that would be like a key rings, air fresheners, maybe a t-shirts or hoodies. If you would be interested in buying one of those, please let me know down below in the comments, because I think this channel needs to grow, and in order to grow I need more sportier cars to get in this garage. Because comparing the previous videos like the Porsche and then putting the 1 Series or even a Jeep, that's totally different depression click rate. So I want to grow, I want to learn, and I want to be bigger, you know. Also drop some of your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about this project? Would you take it or would you pass it? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click up subscribe. If you want to see something way cooler, let me know about the merchandise, and maybe we can, you know, design something. And in the next episode we're gonna probably start working on the bodywork, because I got almost all of the parts of the vehicle, but I cannot install them until the chassis is straight. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. I will see you Saturday, 4 p.m. Bye.